everybody. I've got to look there. I keep forgetting I've got to look there. Not here, but there. I have, see that dress on the back? Not a made one, a bought one. I bought it, when did I buy it? About 4 years ago. It would be 4 years ago, and it's a peacock's one. It's like a short top. It's like a shirty type thing. It flares out at the bottom. Flares out there, which is quite nice. Flares out at the bottom. And I've never worn it. I bought it, as I say, I bought it ages ago. Never worn it. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I started thinking, right, I think I might sell some of these clothes, and you know, just to get rid of them, because I got far too many in my wardrobe. And I started with some of the bought ones, and I got that out and put it on my tailor's dummy. And his lordship, I was taking a picture in the garden in the sunshine. And his lordship said, "Oh, that's a nice one." And he said, "I've never seen you wear that." And I said, "No, I bought it and I'm going to sell it." And he said, "Well, why? I think it's lovely. You shouldn't sell it." So it came back in, it's hung on there. And every now and again I put it on and I think, nah, don't want to wear it. So heaven knows what I'm going to do. I'll have to wear it at least a couple of times. Then I'll probably I'll probably sell it on eBay for a couple of quid or something, just to get rid of it. Or I might put it in the charity bag, but I'm getting fed up. I put things in the charity bag and it says, "Please put it outside your door on Monday." So it actually says, "Put it outside your door on Monday from 8 o'clock. Well, by the time I get up and come downstairs, it's about 9 o'clock, by the time I've washed and showered and got ready. And I thought, oh, right, got to get... And I always plonk the bag right next to the front door. So I think, right, I've got to go and put it out. So it must have been about 9:10. I thought, oh, golly, I've got to put that out. Put it out. It sat there all day because it's probably been round before 9:10. So I had to bring it back in, and I think I've done that 2 or 3 times where I put it out and then I've had to bring it back in because nobody's come there. And I think the last time I ended up taking it to a charity shop and just giving it to them there. But they were all things like a pair of trainers that I bought, and I don't know about you, but whenever I buy shoes, it's not until I've worn them for a while before I can decide whether they're going to be comfortable for my feet. And these were trainers, and I've got flat feet, and for some reason every time I wore them my feet would hurt. So I thought, right, I'm going to have to get rid of them. Brand new Clark's trainers, lovely trainers. Oh, well, not brand new. I had worn them a few times, but I just got really annoyed because I had to put them in the charity bag. His lordship's in the house sitting on his own, playing a game on his phone again. Got some lovely comments from you all. Those of you who messaged me about mother-in-law being in the home, and you thought you might be offending me, you did not offend me at all. I loved the conversation. I loved reading what you said, and I loved, you know, just having a discussion with you. So please, anybody who wants to make comments to me, please do. Now, there's somebody I've got to... there's a few that I want to answer, and I have to check the messages. I think there was somebody asked me something, and I said I'll tell you that in my next vlog. And I can't remember what the question was, and I can't remember who it was. Vicky? Was the name Vicky? I might be wrong. Anyway, very quickly before I go heading back into the house where it's warmer, I got some patterns, a small pattern haul, and I got some fabric. Now the fabric I'm going to show you tomorrow because it'll look better in the daylight, and the pattern haul I'll show you now. I got 2 patterns. Well, let's start with this one. Actually, I can't remember ordering some of these, to be honest. They've come, let's do, which order should I do it in? I'm sure I didn't order that one, but never mind. This one is, no, I couldn't. Did I order this one? This is a McCalls. It's McCalls M8160. And it's extra small to extra large, and it's that one. Now it's a dress come t-shirt. That's a t-shirt on me and a pair of shorts. I can't understand why I bought this. I'm sure they've sent me the wrong one. but it's a learn to sew. Possibly I thought my daughter might fancy it, if she ever continues to sew, because she hasn't finished the first one that she's made. But I think I got that thinking, if not the daughter or somebody who's learning to sew, or did I think I'd do a sew along for it? I don't know, because I know there's a lot of people who are just starter sewers, and I thought if I get a couple of basic ones, I might show you how to do them. Can't remember. But anyway, that is the front. It's a shirt, some shorts and a t-shirt, and that's what it looks like on the back. The shirt, the t-shirt, short t-shirt, long t-shirt, shorts, oh, and trousers as well. Oh, that's quite nice. So you've got quite a little outfit there. And I probably could use some of my fabrics just to get rid of some of them. They go from an extra small, which is a 40-inch bust, to an extra large, which is a 57.5-inch bust. Oh, that's very big. And I would probably do the medium, which is, it says 12 to 14, a 45.5-inch bust. I usually do a 16, but I think the 14 might be my size. So that's the first one. Then the next one was a Simplicity 9140, and that's a Simplicity 9140. I quite like the shape of the skirt, and I quite like that. So in fact I like all three styles, they're quite nice, but I don't like showing my arms, although I could make that with a shirt to go and a t-shirt to wear underneath. But I thought the idea was quite nice, and this one is for an extra small to extra large, which is a bust. Extra small is a 29.5-inch bust, and extra large is a 48-inch bust. I think I like that. It's also a simple one, easy to sew. That's the back view. A nice one. I think that would be quite nice. And the next one I got two of, because my daughter said that she'd like to do another top, even though she hasn't finished the ties on the one that she's done. But I said, well, what I'll do is I'll get a pattern that I can give you, one for you and one for me, and we'll do a sew along. And this one that I got basically two, because they don't do the same. I got hers is extra small to medium, and mine's large to extra large. And this is the McCalls 7122. I thought she might like to do this one, or even that one for the winter, something like that. I just thought, well, she can make a t-shirty type of dress. I always think that these stretch jerseys are easier to sew than cottons and things. And so I might do a sew along with this for her to follow, and for you or anybody else to follow. So that's another one. I got one for her and one for me. I've got a feeling if I send this down to her, I'm going to have to cut the pattern out first. I do no bust adjustments or no adjustments, because a lot of you won't know about that, and I just want to get you into sewing, to get you into the idea of sewing, and the bust adjustments would come later. The next thing, and there is another couple of patterns which I might have to find tomorrow, because I think they are in the house. The next one was two patterns. One was one that I saw somebody on Instagram had made, and at first I thought it was nice, and I went and bought it. But then I thought, you know, we've got one. I've made one something like this, and it was one of the first dresses that I made, and I'll have to try and remember which one it was and who it was. I've got it somewhere. It was a PDF pattern. But this one is a Vogue 9108, and it's a Marcy Tilton one. And the person who had that, I thought was rather nice, this effect here on the front. And I'm not so keen on that, but there are other versions. This pattern has leggings. It has the leggings there. It has a top where they've got a yoke pattern at the back. Can I get you in focus? A yoke. And then it's got a t-shirt. So this lady here, that one there, she's wearing the t-shirt. She's wearing this, and it's actually like a pinafore dress that hangs over a t-shirt. I think that's what it is. It looks like it's a pinafore dress. It possibly not. If I look at it there, you can see it's got like a curve. I think that's part of the garment. But it looks like it's a nice idea, and I thought it might. And I was toying whether I should get it, but then I thought looked very like the one that I've made years ago, which I quite liked. And I think it's been sold or gone to a charity now. But so I haven't got it in my wardrobe. I don't know what happened to it. But I like that one. And the other one that I liked was, the thing is, it looks lovely on here. The lady is tall, the lady is thin. I am not thin, I am not tall, I'm the complete opposite. So whether I would look like I don't know what I look like, but I bought the pattern because I liked it. And it may end up being sold on to somebody else, you never know. But this is Vogue V1783. I loved this. I thought this was lovely. And I liked the way the skirt was a full skirt. And when you turn it around, this one is a size 8 to a 16. And the size 8 is a 31.5 inch bust. And a 16 is a 38, so that will not fit me. I'm going to have to do some massive upsizing, I think. Is that the finished size? I should have really gone for a 22. I've got a funny feeling I didn't have the 22. I didn't have the larger size in. But anyway, I've got this, and I could size it up, I suppose. We'll have a think about this. But I loved it because it's made of lots of gauze, what you call gauze, G-O-R-E. All different sections. They're all little sections that go. It looks like the back has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections in it. I might be wrong. That's what the pattern pieces look like. They're all made of sections, so it's basically making a real good flared skirt. Button front dress and belt fitted through the bust, has a collar and collar band, dropped shoulders, bell sleeves, princess seams ending in released pleats, side seam pockets and length variations. I just like that. I am well wrapped up here because I'm in my little sewing room, my fortress of solitude, and it's cold. I haven't had the heating on, so I've come in here and I've put the heating on, but it's not warmed up yet. Anyway, I have got several bits here that tell you about some fabric that I bought. Yeah, I have been buying fabric. I just cannot tell a lie. I've been buying fabric because it was appealing to me, and and it was on offer, and you know, we all like bargains, and I thought, well, it's a bargain, and you never know, maybe it's when I finally get to this 10,000 I'll share some of my fabric with you. But at the moment it's taking a long time to get to 10,000, so you're going to see different snippets of fabric that I've bought. So here's the first one. Right, well, this is me again, and I have taken delivery of some more fabric. I've taken delivery of some more fabric. Yes, I know I shouldn't be doing it, but it was just too good to refuse. To be fair, the first batch is some... Oh, hang on. The first batch was because I've got some grey fabric and I'm going to make a kind of a sweatshirty something or other with a hood or something. And I wanted... Where's my camera there? And I wanted to use some grey fabric that I've had probably since my very first vlog. I've got 2 lots of grey fabric. One was to make... I intended to make something for his lordship, and one for myself. But he doesn't want anything, so I'm going to make 2 lots of things. And I wanted something to zap it up. I thought, well, whatever I make, I need something to zap it up with. So I got these. Who did I get this from? This package came from Pound Fabrics again. And what I did was, I thought they had some ribbed cuffs going at $4.99, and that's the ribbed cuffs. But I thought it was just a couple of cuffs, but it's actually a roll. There's a roll of it. So out of that, there's obviously enough to make 2 cuffs like that. And so if I take twice that length there, and then there's actually all of that, which would probably be for the bottom of the band if you were using that as the bottom of a band. So there's quite a lot there for $4.95. for $4.99. So because I thought it was just the cuffs themselves, and I'd never bought these before, I bought another colour because I thought that pink would go nice with grey, and it goes nice with grey hair, so I figured that might brighten it up a bit. And then I bought another one which was the orange, and so this one is orange, the same thing, and that again was $4.99. And then they had some, as if I haven't got enough bias binding, because I've got some that dates back to 30 years ago. As if I didn't have enough of that, I then treated myself to some stretch bias binding. So where's the stretch bias binding? I thought, well, I quite like the look of it as well. So I got some stretch bias binding, and these were $2.50 each. That's the pink one. Pink stretch bias binding. It's basically, I don't want to undo it, but it's basically done the same way as bias binding is, in a sense. It's just folded over. That's the right side. That's the right side, and then that's the other side, which is basically folded over like ordinary bias. And that's handy for going round garments like this. And I thought, well, if I go for a colour that's bright, it will actually make a nice contrast to whatever it is I'm making. So if I had done that, lined this with this, it would have stood. If it moved forward, it would have looked quite nice. As it happens, this one I've done a proper facing for it. Can't remember what this pattern is. I don't remember which one it is. And I also got the orange bias binding. That's the orange colour. True to colour on there. I think that's coming out exactly the way they are. The pink and the turquoise, the pink and the orange. So I've got that and that, and I've got that and that. So when I put this sweatshirt together, when I find time to do that, because I've got loads of things I want to make, I shall show you how I get on. And also I caught my eye on this. It was £7 for a metre, and I just thought, I've got to have it. I've got to have it. And whether I make something for myself or whether it goes to the granddaughters, I don't know, but I just thought it was lovely. It's a jersey, and it's girlies, green girlies. Now it was on offer. I think it was normally about £14 or £15. It was on offer, and this was the only colour they had left, the green. It's called Kajuti Collection Architects 100, and I just thought it was rather nice. The one thing I like is when I've been in any shops and I've seen somebody with a nice garment on, even an older lady, I've thought, on odd occasions I've gone up to them and I said, I do like your jacket, I do like this. And on one occasion, much to his disgust, I actually asked the lady if I could take a picture of it. And he said, you don't go up and ask strangers if you can take a picture. And I just said, well, I thought it was so nice. And she was so... Often they're very flattered that you actually go and ask them and tell them how lovely they look. So I figured that would be quite nice, the other way around, or there. I figured that would be quite nice for a sweatshirt, and maybe it's teamed with some kind of green or something. Maybe it's a green bodice and sleeves, or I don't know, I'll have to think about it. But it's a metre that I bought for £7. So that's the other one. Now then, having done all those dungarees and loving them, and wanting to make more, I have to say, do you know, I used to talk to all these old people who were customers, and they used to say, my Tommy's died and my so-and-so's died, and I'd always have a good chat with them and say, oh, I'm so sorry, he was such a lovely guy, and because I knew them. And I'd say, well, what are you going to do? And she'd say, well, I'm knitting. I'm busy knitting little baby jumpers to give to the charity shops so they can sell. And I thought, well, if we can do little baby jumpers, why don't we make things that we can give to the charity shops so they can sell? And so the purpose of this purchase that I bought was not for that, but I figured that if there's certain things that I make, if they're on trend, then they might sell. And so I caught my eye on this canvas, and it's from a different place. This is from Fabric Giant, who I think are based in Leeds. It doesn't say where they're based, but it was some canvas, and it was £6.99 a metre. I got 3 metres. I don't know why I got 3 metres, but I got 3 metres, and the total for the 3 metres was £16.58. I'm running out of memory. I'm using my phone here, and I'm running out of memory, so I had to stop there and then try and remove some photographs and some videos. I was saying that this one has come from Fabric Giant. It was 3 metres that I bought, and I thought it was lovely. This is it. I might make some trendy dungarees with these. And heaven knows what else. But this is, oh, it's the wrong way around. Hold on, that way. This is lots of houses, and I can just see me. I'll call them clown dungarees. If I make them, they will be my clown dungarees. But I was telling a couple of people, lots of you made comments about how you like my dungarees. I was telling one of the readers. I was replying to one of the readers. I'm just putting that up so you can see. I was replying to one of the readers, and I was saying to her that my garden isn't very big, so it won't take much for me to go around it. But I will use some of them for decorating. I'll use some, so I won't be bothered about whether they get dirty or not. I'll use some for my back garden, but I'm going to keep the best ones for the front garden, because the lady over the road, she says, you are so trendy and so wonderful. Everything you wear, you look gorgeous in. So I think I'll keep my trendy ones for the front and the messy ones for the back. And I must put this on. I mean, she'll be popping across and saying, "What are you wearing? Oh, only you could carry off something like that." And I won't know whether she's telling the truth or not, or whether it's a touch of sarcasm. I doubt it. She's very, very nice. But anyway, I bought that, and I love it. I love the house. It's just like Toy Town. Now, I have changed my mind on that fabric. I don't think I'll make some dungarees. I think I might make a jacket of some sort. I think it might be quite eye-catching. Probably something that I'll wear in the spring or the summer of next year. But if I have some kind of jacket, it'll look quite nice. Very eye-catching. I'm thinking about maybe it's one with lapels, like a blazery type of jacket, but I haven't really made, the only thought is I want to make a jacket, so we'll see what happens from that. But I thought it'd be quite nice to make a jacket from it. So watch this space. Might not happen straight away, probably in the early 2023, but I shall be making something from it. And at the moment it's sounding like it might be a jacket rather than dungarees. Anyway, I've got another parcel. I'm going to blame Tamlin from First for Fabrics, because I used to go to First for Fabrics when I used to look after my grandson up in Newcastle. First for Fabrics is up in Newcastle, and I used to go up there when I was looking after my grandson. I used to go and have a wander around their shop, and it's a lovely shop. They've got so much fabric, and Tamlin now runs it. Now a lot of you will know Tamlin anyway, but the other day on Instagram she mentioned a special offer, and I couldn't resist it. So I decided to buy something. So this is what I bought. It just come today. It's all wrapped up, and she has wrapped it as often people do. It's wrapped up in old pattern paper, and it says, let's get it out. It's quite a big package. Nicely wrapped up in First for Fabrics fabric ribbon with a little note, and it says, "Hi Micheline, thank you so much for your lovely order. Happy sewing, Julie." So Julie obviously packed it. Thank you, Julie. Looking forward to opening it. Now the first thing, I'm going to turn it over, because the first thing, oh no, I'll have to turn it this way to loosen it. First for Fabrics ribbon, which is very, very nice. What can I do with it? I'll have to find a use for it, because otherwise it's going to be wasteful. And I'm just thinking, or as I'm taking this off, I'm thinking using that somewhere on the fabric that I make with it, just to show that it's a first for fabrics. Even on the inside, maybe when you line a seam you could have that going around. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over because the first one that Tamlin was showing was this one, and it's a special offer. And the offer was, I can't remember what the offer was now, and there's no piece of paper with it. Is there a piece of paper? No, there is no piece of paper, but the offer was for some jersey, for some ribbing and some thread, I think. Oh yes, some jersey, some ribbing and some thread, and there was a choice of colours, but the colour that I quite fancied was this teal. So it's 2 meters of this teal jersey, very similar in colour to the one, to that multi-cut patterned one top that I made, but there's 2 meters of it. So I guess I could make a nice top and something else, don't know what, I haven't decided, but there's this top, this fabric. Could make a top and some pants, maybe. Might have enough fabric for pants if my bottom isn't too big, which it is at the moment. With looking after grandkids, I was just saying to his lordship, God, when you look after grandkids, you don't have to eat a lot of rubbish. I want a biscuit. And so one of them says, I want a biscuit, and the other one says, can I have a biscuit? And then you're thinking, oh, should we have a biscuit? So I think I've put a little bit of weight on. Anyway, it's lovely fabric. It's really soft. I can see what she means by it being soft. Look, and on the inside, it has, it's like a teddy bear fabric. It's actually, come on, there. It's lovely teddy bear type fabric. That will keep us warm in the winter. So I can see me making something out of this. I've got a couple of patterns that I'm thinking of. But what I'll do is I'll sort the patterns out and then I'll show you what I'm thinking of. They also gave you the thread. So 2 meters of this, the thread to go with, and this is this Maraflex thread. I've never had this before. Somebody else mentioned it on to me. Apparently, oh, look at that. Can you see that thread? Well, this is the thread. And if I take that thread, can you see that thread? That's it from there to there, right? Now, Maraflex thread, if I pull it, it actually stretches. Hang on, do it again. My thumb goes there. I'm going to pull it and it stretches. Can you see how far it's stretching? So it's a stretchy thread. I've never used this before, but somebody did mention it to me. It's called Maraflex thread and it's by Gutermann. And it doesn't have it. It just says polybut. Oh golly, it's a bit of a mouthful. I'm gonna put that there to let you see what it says. Da na 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 na. It says 100% polybutylene terephthalate. 100% polybutylene terephthalate. 100% polybutylene terephthalate. Maraflex it is. 150 meters in there. So I've got that, and they also gave me some ribbing, and it's basically, if I'm right, I think it's tubular ribbing. Is it tubular ribbing? Yes, tubular ribbing, 1/2 meter, probably more than I will need. So that would be enough for to the bottom of the top, to do leggings at the bottom of the leggings if I was going to do those kind of tracksuit pants that I had gathered, and cuffs and things. So that's the fabric there, and that's the ribbing, and it goes nicely together. So that is what I bought there. That was a special offer. I can't remember what it was, and as I say, they haven't, oh hang on, I'll have a look on my phone. The sweatshirt jersey and rib and thread bundle, which I got in Sea Blue Melange, was £27.95, which I thought was quite a good bargain for 2 meters of the jersey, 1/2 meter of the ribbing and the thread. And then I decided I would get some orange jersey, and they had some orange jersey like this in it. Now that looks yellow on there, but this is a really bright orange. The fashion at the moment is orange and grey. And this is a fleece line jersey. It's a nice fleece line jersey. It's coming out more of a golden yellow on there, but this is, when I say orange, it is orange. It's lovely. Really, really nice. And I'm going to make a sweatshirt out of that. It's a bit like that orange top that I had bought, bought one that I added under pieces of fabric and I slit it open. I'll put a link to that so you can see what I'm talking about. So this orange fabric is 45 centimeters in length. Oh, it was because it was all they had. No, I tell a lie. That was brushed back French terry jersey, and it was orange, and it was 1 meter, and it was £10.95. So I thought that was not a bad price for that. Let's see if I put this light on, will that make it any more of the right orange? Not really. It is really a bright orange. It's like a tangerine colour orange, and this is more of a yellowy golden on screen. But it is a brushed terry. And then lastly, it's got certified brushed back soft sweat jersey brushes, end of roll, and I got one. It says 45 centimeters, so I might have got a length of 45 centimeters. So this is what I got here. Oh yes, it's not very long. It's just that much on a fold. So I've got that twice in width, but I've only got that in length. But because it's got orange in there, and it's got orange in there, and that's got teal in there, I figured I could put the three together and make something like that Le Carla top that I've made. And if you want to see the pattern for the Le Carla top, the video for that, I'll put that up there as well. So this little half piece I could make something with. It's really nice. I'll bring it a bit closer. Again, this is like that's orange, that's lilac, that's a dark green, that's a rusty colour, that's a mauve, and this one, what was I going to show you? The background is like it's like a lime green. It looks lovely. So I think that I'm doing this in night time, so you're not really getting the daylight light to it, but that, as I say, it looks really nice. So I'm very pleased with those. So it's going to be sweatshirt weather. Going to be making an awful lot of sweatshirty type stuff. So that's what I bought lately. And I was just screwing this up, and out of curiosity, let's see what pattern McCalls M7645. Let's see what that is and see whether it was worth them throwing away. McCalls M7645. Oh, I can see why they're using that up. It's actually a costume pattern, and you probably won't see, but it's like a Richard III. Oh no, what does it say? It says, oh, I can't read that. It doesn't say what it's for. Oh, there. It's that pattern. Can you see that? So I can see why I've been selling many of those. not something you'd have in your everyday wardrobe. So yeah, so those are the fabrics that I've been buying. Now what I wanted to show you, I wanted to tell you, if I can find where it is, the total cost for that came to £44.40, no, £48.90 including postage. So I have got a sweatshirt that probably I could make a tracksuit or something out of, and I'd probably, in truth, I'd probably be able to make 3 or 4 garments out of that. So I think that £48.90, 3 or 4 garments is not bad. And I've got other fabrics that I can mix in with this, so that I'm quite pleased with that. Now then, I've also got some other fabric to show you. This fabric came from Rainbow Fabrics. Oh, sorry, that's flickering a bit. This fabric came from Rainbow Fabrics, and again, it was really cheap. I had my eye on a couple of them for a while, and I thought, right, I'm going to get some. And that was a black linen-y type fabric. It's looking grey blue there, but it's actually a black linen. And this black linen I got 2 meters of, so I figured I could make something, trousers or something out of those. 2 meters out of that, and it's lovely. It's a lovely fabric. I think I got it in their sale because they keep sending things saying they've got sale stuff in their sale, and it caught my eye, and I thought, right, I'm going to go for linen because linen's really nice. It keeps you cool, and I just fancied some linen, so I got that. And then I caught my eye on this, and this was really cheap. I can't remember how much I paid for it. Hang on, I'm going to see if I can find that. So I found the prices of these. This black linen was 2 meters, and it cost me £11.98. So that was rather nice. And then I got some, it's called grapefruit orange. I picked it because I quite fancied an orange, but when it's come, it's more of a red. That is very close to the colour that's in there, and it's a red jersey. It's a single jersey. Sorry, that's my daughter in Morocco sending me a message asking me how the dog is. It's a single jersey like this. It's nice, it's lovely and thin. I got 3 meters, and it cost me £11.97 for 3 meters. Not orange at all. I think the person who wrote that it was orange slightly has some colour blindness. I know my son's colourblind, my dad's colourblind, but that is definitely a red rather than an orange. But having said that, I fancy making a red dress with that. And then this, so that was 3 meters for £11.97. And this one, I kept looking at it every time I looked at Rainbow Fabrics. There was something appealing about it, and I'm not sure why I got it, to be honest. But it's called a blue blush burnout look net, and I got 1 meter, and it was £4.99. And basically, when you open it out, you can see through it. I don't know if you can see, but it's got a see-through look to it. And I liked the colour of it. I thought it was rather nice, the pinks and the greys and the blues. So basically, if I stand back, you can see what it looks like. This is it. I've got lots of ideas, lots of thoughts on what I could do with this. I was thinking of a nice blouse over a white cami. I was thinking of some curtains. I was thinking of a cardigan-y type of overcoat, you know, something just to wear over trousers and a top for the summer, sort of. But it just caught my eye, and I thought for £4.99, a little treat. You see, the thing is, when you buy fabric, I may have already said this before, but if you go out for a night on the town, just drinking in the UK, and you go and they generally spend about £30–40, people who go drinking. I don't drink. We don't go out socialising very often. We do eat out and have a meal out, but we're not party goers, sort of. So that, all this to me is less than a night out. So I've got a project at the end of it. I'm not full of alcohol. I'm not full of food that's going to disappear out the other end of my system. But I've got something that I can produce, and what I produce, I can either pass on or sell or give to charity, something like that. So therefore, I feel quite content buying those. So those are those fabrics, and I think that's about it. So I'm going to love you and I'm going to leave you and I'll catch you next time.